Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. You're joining me from my old faithful life buoy here in the centre of London, where I start most of my runs from. In this bag we've got all the gear that I've been testing and getting ready for UTMB. All gear I bought 100% with my own money, by the way. And yeah, we're just out here, we're going to film a little bit of B-roll for this video, going through and showing you guys what it's all about. But for now, sit back, relax, epic video coming up. Join us in a minute, we'll be back inside taking you through everything we're going to be using in the UTMB. Right guys, awesome to have you back for another video. And yeah, as we're recording this, we're about 7 days out from UTMB. I'm going to call it ultra noia is kicking in, but yeah, we're about to leave to get the car packed to drive down to Chamonix. So I thought I'd take you through all the gear that's going to be in the car going down there, and most importantly all the gear that's going to be going round the Mont Blanc for the 170k 10,000 meters epic run we'll be doing in a few days time. So yeah, we're going to split this video up into various sections. First we're going to chat about all the mandatory kit. UTMB issue these lists of mandatory kit that every person has to take round, and then there's a cold kit list if it's particularly cold that year, a hot kit list that could come into play, and then we're chatting about all the tech, and we're taking around some like watches, GoPros and cameras and all that sort of stuff, and then everything else finally, like shoes, poles, and all the clothing I'm going to be wearing to go around as well. So you can move your mouse around and have a look around. But first thing we're going to get stuck into is the main mandatory kit list. So as I say, UTMB give out this mandatory kit list, a list of items that everybody has to have. You can be spot checked out on the course. The leaders are very likely to be spot checked as well, but it can happen to anybody. If you haven't got this gear on you, you will be disqualified. So it's really important to make sure you have this on you at all times going round. So the first thing on the kit list is a pack to carry all your gear. So this year we are taking the all new Salomon ADV 12 set. 12 means 12 litres of storage space inside this pack. And we'll come into it in the hot kit list later, but you can put a bladder in the back, and then you can put your bottles up front. They've got loads of storage space to put all your gear in. So that is the pack we'll be taking. Second on the list is a smartphone. I've forgotten my phone up here, but it's just the iPhone 13. And on here you have to install the Live Trail app, and this will be locked away inside my bag. I'm not going to be doing any filming with this. It's there for emergency use only, but you have to have it connected to so you can be roaming abroad. So it has to be connected to the internet at all times, but it's mainly for emergencies. Next on the list, personal beaker. I've got 2 of these. These are just from Centurion Running. This is just to get drinks at aid stations for water and just hydration as you go, because most of these races, quite rightly now, are cup free. I've got 2 in case I lose one. Basically, I'll probably keep one tucked away in the back of my pack just in case you get spot checked, and you have to have one, because if you lose one as you're going around, then you are screwed. Minimum water supply of at least 1 litre. Well, they've just got these 2 Salomon soft flasks, and these will be filled with probably like cordial, as you've been seeing on using training. I've also got a backup one, the Salomon one, and this has a filter on it, as you can see there. So if it is particularly hot and you want to get some water out the streams, normally in the Alps and stuff, it's absolutely fine to drink. But there's a filter on there just in case to filter out any nasties from the water. 2 working head torches. Well, yeah, I've got the new Petzl Zwift. This is called the Petzl Zwift RL, and yeah, this is what it looks like. And I've also got a backup one there. I haven't even taken that one out of the box yet. So yeah, you have to have 2 head torches, because most people will be going through 2 nights, and then you need 2 backup batteries for the head torch as well. So I chose this one because it's super light and it can go up to 900 lumens, which is almost like car headlights basically. Yeah, very, very light. You don't need a red light on the back of your pack or back of your head or anything like that. So yeah, this is just illuminating the trail out in front of you. So you need a survival, what do they say? A survival blanket, which would normally be something like this, the kind of thing you'd be handed at the end of any sort of road race. But quite frankly, if I need this kind of thing, I want to get a proper one. So this is like a whole bag that you can climb into. should you need to keep particularly warm, and maybe you've tripped over, sprained an ankle, and you need to, you're gonna have to wait a while to get some rescued off the mountain. So that's a whole bag. Self-adhesive bandage, well, that's just tucked up in there in that little plastic bag. And yeah, this is just a kind of bandage. Maybe you've hurt your knee or something like that, and you don't need any safety pins or anything. It just wraps around and it links to itself. So yeah, super useful to have. Food reserves, we'll come on to that in the nutrition bit at the end of the video. Jackets. I've got this one from Salomon. I can't even remember what they actually call this, but this is their sort of top of the line Gore-Tex shake dry jacket. This is a model from a couple of years ago, but the current model is very, very similar. You have to have 10,000 schmerbers, and they go with this spec, but this jacket complies to all of that sort of stuff. It's got all the tape seams and everything. So yeah, fantastic jacket, and that can withstand any sort of condition. You see lots of pros use this, or like the Hoka athletes, Gore-Tex make their jackets and stuff as well. So yeah, that shake dry material will be fantastic out there should it be raining. Hopefully it won't be. Next on the list, you need some long trousers, not waterproof trousers, but just some like tights. So these are my tights I have from Soar. Yeah, just nice and warm for winter running. Should it get particularly cold, they cover the whole of your leg as well. I'm not saying I won't use those. I might well use them at night if it does get a little bit cold, and it can help protect the legs from sort of brambles and stuff like that. So next on the list is, it just says cap, bandana or buff. Well, of course, here in the business, that's what we do. We make the best running hats on the market, so it'd be something very similar to this. You can check these out on the website, benparks.com. We've got loads of running hats in there, suitable for all types of road running, trail running, and everything. So I don't know exactly what hat I'll be wearing yet, but it'll be a selection. I have a few out there to change as we go around. An additional warm layer, long sleeved. So this was really popular on the website last year, the dark green colorway, and we're bringing this one back this year because we sold out in about a couple of weeks. So yeah, it's just a long sleeve to keep you warm, and it folds down super small as well for packing away. Then it's just saying a general hat to keep warm. So yeah, we've just got we do actually sell woolly hats. We've got a great design coming in for this Christmas, but I haven't got it yet. So I've just had to go out and buy a very basic woolly hat from Decathlon. Again, might well be using that when it gets cold at night. Warm gloves. I'm not going to be taking my famous pink gloves this year, mainly because they are useless as gloves. So I've just got some very basic gloves here. Again, these are just from Decathlon. If it gets particularly cold, then I've got these Montane gloves, which I use every winter. Again, I really do suffer from, like, I think it's Raynaud's, where you get really cold hands and stuff. That's why I wear gloves pretty much 3 seasons of the year. Summer is the only time I don't. So yeah, these Montane Prism gloves are an absolute lifesaver for me. But you also need to have a waterproof glove option. So these are from Montane. There's nothing inside these, they're just like a little waterproof shell, but combined with these sort of liner gloves, they'll go together really well. And I bought the mitts. I just find those easier for being with poles and things, and just keep my hands a little bit warmer should it get particularly cold. Then waterproof trousers. These are actually quite old. Like most trail runners, you have waterproof trousers and you very rarely ever use them, but these are just from Gore, and I don't even know what these are particularly called, but they've always served me well. And the final thing is you need to take your ID with you. Some people do take passports because you do cross 2 international borders. You start in France, end up in Italy, Switzerland, and then back into France. So as we're not even in the EU anymore, probably should be taking a passport with us. You can get border checks mid-race, I don't know. Let's move on to chat about the hot weather kit. So a couple of days before the race, UTMB can declare it a hot weather race if they think it's going to be particularly hot for Friday, Saturday and Sunday basically. And if they declare that, you have to have this kit at kit check to pass the kit check to get through. It's a little bit annoying, just one of those things that you have to have, and you might never need any of this sort of stuff, but you have to take it to pass the kit check. So like you have to have some sunglasses, well these are just very basic ones from Goodar. They're just sort of cheap and cheerful. Realistically, I'm never going to wear them, but again, you have to take them to pass the kit check. I just don't particularly like running in sunglasses. Rather embarrassing. I had to go out and buy another running brand's hat because I don't make Sahara running hats, but basically Saharan running hats have this big sort of neck covering out the back here. So I've just got this from Buff. Realistically, I'm never going to wear it. It's just simply there to pass the kit check. If it does get particularly hot, then I will be wearing my bucket hat, and I'll probably be wearing the bucket hat for the majority of the race as well. It's just fantastic. Keeps my head and everything super, super cool. You can still dunk it in the water. It keeps all the sun off your face, and yeah, just been blown away by the amount of people that have bought the bucket hat. I wasn't sure how successful it's going to be, but it's been super popular for us. And yeah, it's just been an absolutely fantastic product. Obviously, I was trialing it out and knew how good it was, the quality and everything. But anyway, you can check that out on the website should you like to look super cool out on your trails getting it done. Next on the list, some sun cream. Well, this is just some Factor 50 sun cream. There's nothing particularly too special about that. And then a minimum water supply of 2 litres. Well, I've got this Salomon bladder, which will be compatible with the pack. I really hate running with a bladder, but again, if they declare it a hot race, I'm going to have to show that extra capacity. So this will be in the back. And yeah, it's a bit of a faff to get in and out. But once you're up and running everything, it's fine. And it's just one of those things you have to put up with. So yeah, that's the 2 litre one. So with the 3 bottles up front, and that we're going to have 3.5 litres of fluid carrying capacity. Right, let's move on to the cold weather kit. So cold weather kit, protective eyewear. They're basically saying sunglasses again for that. I guess that means if it's particularly snowy and there's lots of reflections off the snow, those sunglasses will be the same for that. A 3rd warm layer. So to go with the long sleeve, well, I will just be packing my Patagonia jacket. It's not a down jacket, but it's like that sort of vegan down jacket that Patagonia make basically. So yeah, super warm, and it packs down, well, not that small, but reasonably small. And yeah, can be a real lifesaver in cold conditions out on the trails. And then some closed toe trail running shoes, which we'll talk about at the end of the video. Quickly guys, if you are finding this video useful, please give it a like. And today's question of the day is, well, it's open to you guys basically, whatever you want to know about all of this gear we've been chatting about today. Any questions you might have, I will be hanging out down in the comments and helping you with those questions, answering them. So let us know down below and we'll have a chat down there. And also, if you have any running friends, please share this video with them. And if you don't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Right, back to the video. Let's move on to chat about all the tech and kit for us. Right guys, so as a lot of you know, you want to see what happens when we're out there. We're going to be making a pretty epic feature length film, hopefully, if it all goes okay. So yeah, this is kind of what I'll be doing most of my filming with. So this is a GoPro Hero 10 with the medium mod attachment to get some better audio out of that. On top of that, we've got the GoPro Lite as well, because we've been running through 2 nights. So I need to illuminate myself as we go round. And then on the bottom of that, we've got the Volta Grip, which is basically a massive battery pack to power this the GoPros, whenever we film, me and Sarah film sessions, we struggle to get through one session. The batteries are pretty useless, but yeah, that is a massive battery pack that will keep it powered for a very long time. So I'm going to have 2 of those. One of those I will leave in my halfway drop bag that then I can just clamp on the bottom of that. And then I will have a backup GoPro with me as well, should this one decide to pack up. So that's just my old GoPro Hero 9. And then I've got 3 lights ready to go, yeah, that can attach onto the top of that. Again, we're doing a lot of filming at night, and loads of spare batteries and stuff as well. No one else is allowed to film me. That is just the rules that UTMB put out there. You're only allowed to film yourself. If you want to put anything on social media, on YouTube or anything like that, it has to be stuff that only you have filmed, or they will come after you and try and get some money out of you basically. And I don't want to run into any arguments with UTMB. So I'm only going to be allowed to film myself. I can't have anybody filming me, hence trying to carry all of this stuff around. In terms of entertainment as I go around, I've got 3 iPod shuffles, and I'm sure people of a certain generation will remember these little things. They're an ultra runner's best friend. I can't use my phone and I don't want to carry two phones with me. We're going to be out there for 40 plus hours. The battery will never last. Sort of the Bluetooth headphones is just in a whole nother world of battery power. So these will tend to last about 15 hours each, and I'll just have some wired headphones that go on them and be full of music and podcasts and audio books. I particularly like listening to stand-up comedy. Let me know what your favorite stand-up comedians to try and entertain myself as I go around the mountain. And then watch. This has been not an easy choice, but I've gone out and invested in the all-new, I keep saying GoPro, Garmin Enduro 2, which has just come out about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I've just been testing it out on my runs recently. It doesn't even show in Strava, it is that new. Strava doesn't know what it is yet. But yeah, just that having that color maps on the screen, the battery life is insane. It will go up to 150 hours in the ultra track mode, but for the mode I'll be using, it will easily be doing about 80-85 hours. So I'm going to be finishing with still 50% battery, which is just immense. And you've got Wi-Fi, you've got music, you've just got everything you could ever possibly need on a watch, and it's got solar charging. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But the best thing about the Enduro 2 is this kind of very cheap looking strap, but it is so comfortable to wear, and it gets the watch really nice lockdown. And as some of you know, I did buy the one, but then I sold that. About 2 weeks after I bought it, when this Garmin came out, so I had no idea Garmin were about to launch this watch. That's it from the tech side. Right, let's move on to chat about some other kit. Right, let's have a chat about some other things. So poles, well, these are the only poles I've ever owned. So these are the Carbon Z. The Z basically because they are collapsible and they can turn into a Z shape, something like that. So that's what the Z is. Yeah, these are by a company called Black Diamond. In the sort of ultra running world, you either get Black Diamond poles or Lecky poles. There are obviously other companies, but most people will be using one or the other. But I don't like how the Lecky poles, you have to wear that sort of mitt thing on your hand. I just find these are they're just comfortable. They've never done anything wrong. And then I will put these in my naked band, which some of you do see me use. I don't know where it is. I'm always losing that damn thing. But basically it's a waistband, go around my waist, and I can put these poles in the back. And in the front of it, I'm probably gonna have most of my camera gear for filming, and probably a spare water bottle in there as well, and a few bits of nutrition. Talking about clothing, I'm just gonna have my underwear, which I wear for all my running, just keeping everything in place, nice and comfortable. We've got these really nice new running tops in. I'm choosing white because it will get really dirty and I'll look really hardcore with probably like blood and sweat and stains all over it as we go along. But yeah, it's got the getting it done on the back. These are just fantastic running tops. I could go and get some super fancy thing, but these are just so good. I'm just gonna use some Soar socks, or they might be stance socks. It'll literally be whichever one I pick out the drawer in the morning. That's just a pair of Soar socks. Either of them are absolutely fantastic. And then I've invested in a pair of these Soar trail running shorts, which they've just bought out. They've got gel loops on the front, big pockets on the back, but most importantly, they are just super, super comfortable. And I've worn them on all the training runs I've done and in the races that I've done, and they haven't put a foot wrong. And yeah, no chafing anywhere at all. They are stupidly expensive, but for me, they are worth every penny. And then I'll just be adding in some buffs. You can dunk these in the water, get them around your neck. Again, we sell these on the website. Some awesome designs there. Just to say about these, are basically dry bags. I'm sure most people know what dry bags are. But again, I'll be putting most of this mandatory kit into this dry bag, sealing it up, and then that will be sitting inside my pack, because you get a very sweaty back and it can rain and everything. If you want that mandatory gear and it's all stinky and sweat and wet, it's not going to be much fun when you need it. So that will keep it nice and dry and secure, and just everything together. Again, should you need some of your mandatory gear, or should you get spot kit checked? Right, let's chat about shoes. The whole shoe debate has been the hardest thing about UTMB. We've had this massive heat wave here in London where we're doing most of our training. It has not rained, we've seen no moisture at all. But all the training I've done has been in these Nike Zagama shoes, but I haven't been able to test them in the wet. The shoe has been absolutely fantastic for me. The most comfortable trail shoe I've ever run in, without a doubt. And that is the big selling point for me at the moment. It is just so comfortable and my legs just feel super strong in them. We've done 50k runs in them. I've done nearly 200k's total on all sorts of different terrain, but it's all been very dry. So if the race is dry, this is what I'll be starting. Well, not that pair. I've got the new colorway here ready to go. So we'll be in this pair of shoes if the race is dry, or if it's just looking a bit 50-50, then I'll be going for that. I just don't know how it would be in the wet, and that is the only slight concern. So if we get down there, it's going to be a huge big wet race and there's rain pouring down, then I will lace up the Hoka Speed Goats because they've got this Vibram outsole. It's tried and tested. I've been able to run in the wet and stuff in this shoe, and it's been fine. The reason I'm not starting in that is because this is just so damn comfortable and is way more comfortable than this shoe. Right, that is all of the kit done. All that's left to do is chat about nutrition, and I'm still waiting on that nutrition order to come in, so we'll be chatting about that tomorrow. So I might look a little bit different. We'll see you tomorrow. Right, hope you enjoyed that big chat all about the kit we'll be taking round, but how are we going to fuel this epic adventure? Well, just to give you a little bit of context about what's going on out there. So there's going to be 15, I think this is right, the UTMB website and the information on there is really not the best. So we've done our best to try and interpret it as best we can. So there's going to be 15 different aid stations as you go round, where you can stop off and refuel. There's 3 fluid only stations, even though they have food. So I don't know why they're called that, but they've got soup, rice and vegetable soup, as well as like water, sparkling water. A lot of races in continental Europe love sparkling water, so that's there as well. And then Coke, coffee, teas. And then there's 3 of those, and then there's 12 major aid stations as well. And they're gonna have cereal bars, cakes, chocolate, apricots. They love lemons as well. Who on earth wants a lemon as you're going around? And yeah, maybe in the sparkling water. Salty biscuits, cheese, sausage, and bread. And then also at 3 of these other aid stations, they're gonna have hot meals as well. Hopefully just like a bowl of pasta and some tomato sauce on it, something like that. And then at these 3 major aid stations, there's going to be beds. They're called life bases, where you can actually go to sleep if you want to. So that just gives a little bit of context. So there's been plenty of fuel out on the course, but that's all what the organisers are giving out. And you, of course, everyone will be taking their own stuff to top up as we go. So I haven't got absolutely everything here. We need to get some stuff on the way down to France. But take you through a few little things. So you've probably seen a lot of my training. I'm going to be using these shot blocks. So these come in at about what do they come in? About 190 calories per thing. I'm not taking any gels with me. Gels, they're just a bit of a sticky mess in ultras. Obviously you don't want to be littering anywhere on the course and sticky packets and stuff in your fingers. It's horrible. So they're just a lot easier to take. They're like these little gooey, sort of like wine gums, I suppose. Some Cheer Charge. They've got these new little tiny packets here, and these are coming in at about 150 calories. That's about 1 bite, so really good calories versus weight. Lots of different flavors there. They've got some good salt content in them as well. Just the standard Cliff bars, which we'll be taking round, so white chocolate and the chocolate chip one. These are really calorific, so about 270 grams. Odd in ultra running, you want to get the most calorific dense foods to fuel this epic trip round. And at each of these aid stations, fingers crossed, they're going to be having some rice that they're going to be giving out as well. So I've got these packets. I like rice, but just having plain rice is not great. So I've got these packets of sweet chili sauce to put over that rice, but that will make that rice just taste so much better, and we have to get loads of it down. And I'm just going to take this shaker bottle with me as well, which will sort of double as something to eat my rice out of. Again, we can't work out whether they're going to be giving out cutlery and things, so I'm taking it with me. So that's going to be my rice container. Also going to be able to make a shake in there as well. Yeah, just a small one to get a shake down. So yeah, these are quite good. I know these are technically recovery shakes, but you need to get some recovery stuff in there as well, and to get some good calories as well. We use these every day in our training, so they just taste nice. So we can have a shake, rice, and then just as I'm leaving the aid station as well, I can just give this a quick rinse out and fill it full of like fruit and crisps and all sorts of stuff to keep nibbling on as you're going out to the aid station, so you're not sitting around too much. So it's kind of like my bowl and shaker. We're going to be getting some more stuff on down there, just some more bars. Nothing that exciting. This is all this like the sports nutrition food. In terms of fluids, I'm just going to be taking my regular squash. I have tried my best to have some of the proper sports specific things that have lots of calories in the tailwinds and stuff. I just don't like the flavour of it, and I end up just getting really dehydrated. So just me taking squash, which of course has got no calories in whatsoever, but really good for rehydrating. And then I'll put some of the effervescent tablets in some of the drop bags as well. In terms of drop bags, it's really annoying. We've only got one drop bag that out there on the course, which is at 90 odd K into the race. So yeah, not ideal. I don't know how people are gonna get around, but that's the thing. It's a challenge. This thing is gonna be incredibly difficult. These things are all sent to test us as we're going around the mountain. So that gives you a quick overview of nutrition and things. And yeah, you can see everything else when we actually put the final film together of this whole epic race and see how all of this comes together. Right guys, so there you have it. That is everything we'll be taking round, and through this beautiful little device, this little GoPro, I'm hopefully going to tell the story of my UTMB this year. It's been a long time coming. I got entry into this race in January 2020, pre-ankle break, pre-lockdowns and all of that stuff we've been to. It's been an incredible journey to get back here, get fit again, and be on the start line in, yeah, maybe some of the best mountain shape that I've been in so far with all the training that we've done. And I can't wait to tell you this story and show you what it's going to be like going round. Thank you so much for everyone that's following along, liking, sharing, and following this journey for myself and Sarah. And Kiki's not here anymore. She's off on her countryside little holiday while we are down in the south of France. She's at my mum's basically, while we're going to be down in the south of France. We leave in a couple of days time, and yeah, can't wait to see a lot of you out there in Chamonix. Let us know if you're running. Are we going to see you out there? Let us know down in the comments. So that's it guys, lots of love. There'll be a few more videos in the build up to the race, and then yeah, it's go time next Friday at 6:30, I think, or 6. I'll look that one up. That's it guys. Keep on getting it done, keep on trying hard, and we'll see you in the next one.